When people come to us about their Medicare coverage, they're often at totally different ends of the spectrum as far as how much they know. One of the most common questions we get is, what is a Medicare supplement? So in this video, I'm Justin Brock with Bobby Brock Insurance, and I'm going to explain what a Medicare supplement is. We've been helping Medicare beneficiaries since 1989. Now I know that you probably look at me and think I haven't been helping them since that long, but my family has. We have evolved with Medicare over time. One of the things that happened over time was the standardization of the Medicare supplement or Medigap plan. So if you're looking into different Medicare plans, you probably come across these plans. Some people refer to them as just the letter identifier for the specific plan they're recommending. For instance, plans F, G, N, and high deductible F and high deductible G are the 5 most common Medicare supplement plans purchased. So what are these plans in general? What is a Medicare supplement? Well, that's what I'm going to go over. So the first thing you need to know is when these plans were standardized in most states, they were made to represent each other all the same no matter what company you had. So the first thing you should understand about a Medicare supplement, one, is that if you have a real Medicare supplement plan, a standardized Medicare supplement plan that isn't called a Medicare Supplement Select plan, like a Plan F, Plan G, or Plan N, you can go to any doctor where Medicare is accepted, because that supplement plan just attaches to your Medicare to cover all of or a portion of the out-of-pocket expenses that are associated with Medicare Parts A and B. One thing to note is that during the standardization of Medicare supplements, drug coverage was completely eliminated from the Medicare supplement or general original Medicare itself. So Part D was established, which we cover in another video. In this one, we're just talking about the Medicare supplements. So Part 2, or number 2 thing you need to know about Medicare supplements is that the coverage within each different type of standardized supplement is completely different. Right now there are plans A through N, and there's not one for every single letter, but that's the range, is A through N. Any company that offers a Medicare supplement in a state is required by law to offer the plan A. However, it's very often not sold. So the 3 most common ones, plans F, G, and N, are sold there. Plan F is not available to anyone who attained Medicare eligibility after January 1st of 2020. For those of you who had Medicare before that, you can always purchase Plan F as long as a company offers it in your area. Plan F comes into the fold with complete 100% comprehensive coverage of all of the holes in Medicare Part A and B. So that sounds like it would be the Cadillac plan and the way to go. It kind of depends though, because a Plan G covers all of those holes except the $198, this is the year 2020, so $198 Part B deductible. That Part B deductible not being covered only costs you $198 throughout the course of a year at most. Now, yes, you would probably reach that $198 deductible if you just went in for your 1 or 2 annual checkups, okay? But if the cost of the Plan G was less than $198, or sorry, more than $198 less expensive than the F, so let me say that better. If the Plan G costs $250 a year less, but the only difference than the F and the G is that $198 deductible, someone would save an extra $52 even after the deductible is met with G. So G is often better. Now, that used to be kind of a blanketed statement, but what we've seen recently, because of some of the guaranteed issue laws that have changed, which we get into in a different video, but because of some of those laws that have changed, F rates are now being offered in some areas at only about $15 a month more than a Plan G. Meaning if you multiply 15 times 12, and I'm going to do that right now because I didn't have that number, that's $180. So if $180 more for a Plan F, but then you don't have the $198 deductible, it can be a better option. So it just depends on the area. There's more that goes into it than just, G only has this, so it costs less. You have to figure out what the best rates in your area are and which plan's best for you. By the same token, when you get into really crunching your budget, sometimes people think Plan N is better, especially in states that have a Medicare overcharge measure. Those are called mom states, for instance, Ohio. In that state, Plan N is a good option because they can't charge excess charges. A Plan N would cover everything that Plan F and G did, except like G, you would still have your $198 deductible. And after that $198 deductible, you would have a $20 copay to go to the doctor or specialist. You could also have up to a $50 copay for the emergency room. So now if you go to the emergency room and you're admitted to the hospital, they would waive that copay. The other big hole in Plan N is called excess charges, which right now I believe it's somewhere around 5% of doctors in the country actually charge them. But again, like I said, if you're in a Medicare overcharge state like a mom state like Ohio, they can't charge those excess charges. So Plan N is often a great deal in that state. So there's a lot that goes into it. When we do it, we do a competitive analysis for the zip code that you live in and in your situation and what plans you're eligible for. And then we kind of tell you what we recommend, but we give you the prices on the other ones too so that you can make an informed decision about your coverage. And some people want to be more informed than others. Some people want to know and be part of the process. Some people want me to just recommend them a plan. Either way, we try to give you the information that you need so that you know what you're getting into. But all of those plans are amazing. If you're used to group coverage, plans F, G, and N are all going to be significantly better than anything you've ever had before. The high deductible F and high deductible G are separate, and I will address those in a specific video under the Medicare Supplements tab in our website. Or if you're on YouTube, you can find it on our channel on the videos tab. Also, the third thing that people need to know about standardized Medicare supplement plans is how the rates are increased. So when you get a plan at 65, you may notice that you're paying a certain premium and you think, okay, that's good, I can afford that forever. But it is possible that that rate goes up. In fact, in most cases, it does go up over the years. So there's a couple of ways you can watch out for this. So one thing you'll find on the internet when you start searching are rate increase methodologies. So what we have is we have one called issue aged, one called attained age, and one called community rated. Now, most states are very heavy on one or the other. For instance, Arkansas is a community rated state. So everyone there is going to be community rated. What that means is they're rating the premiums based on age for the entire state. So that means that they're not going to go up for age. Now, an important indication here is that doesn't mean that they won't go up, because they can go up for what they call a loss ratio, but they can't go up for your age. If you go to an issue age state, they're going to give you a policy based on the age that you got it at. So if you get a policy at 75, it's based on the issue age 75, which can be higher, but then when you get it, it's locked into that rate. Whereas if you go down, if you're 65 when you get it, it's going to be locked in at the 65 rate. Again, that doesn't mean they can't raise their rates. They can raise their rates. Oftentimes, states that are issue age or community rated have higher premiums to start with to make up for the fact that they're not going to be able to increase or justify their increases over the years as fast. Whereas an attained age state, meaning that they can raise their rates based on your age, and that's probably the majority of states or a big chunk of them, an attained age state oftentimes has the lowest premiums to begin with, but then they can go up. From what we've seen statistically, none of these methodologies in the long run wins out over the other, because some start out higher, some start out lower, and in the grand scheme, as long as you're trying to shop and you have a good agent, you're probably going to come out as good with any of those as the other. And if you're in a state that's an attained age state, there's not really a way to get an issue age policy. Now, there is sometimes a community rated company in an attained age state. For instance, United Healthcare AARP is a community rated company. And over time, they do not go up as fast. And what we see is typically around when people are in their 80s, AARP tends to kind of become one of the better rates for Medicare supplements. But that for 15 years, from 65 to 80, they probably would have got a better rate with a company like Aetna. We just don't know. Every situation is different. But we can do that analysis for you, and we offer all of those carriers. As far as other ways that they raise their rates, I was saying before, there are annual rate increases not based on age, and that normally with most companies, they pair that with the age increase, if any, so that it happens at one time. And those are based on percentages and their claims ratios. So one of the ways we look for companies who are not going to raise their rates as fast is we're looking for companies that are selective in their underwriting process. So what I mean by that is we're looking for companies who are not accepting an unhealthy mix of underwritten business. So if you're turning 65, you don't have to answer health questions, or if you're retiring and losing group coverage, you don't have to answer health questions. And there are other reasons you wouldn't have to answer health questions as well. But for a lot of people, when they're changing, they have to answer health questions. Well, a lot of these companies are able to mitigate their risk by not allowing underwritten business in of people who are very sick or have a lot of health conditions. But some of them accept health conditions that we think is giving them a mix of business that will undoubtedly cause them to have to raise their rates faster than others. That's something we as agents pay attention to. I'm not going to pick on any one company on here because they might get mad at me, but there are some companies that have done that in the past that we've tried to stay away from to protect our clients. So I hope this video helps. I am here in my home office right now because we're all in the quarantine. You know, if you're watching this years down the road, that might be a funny afterthought, but right now we're making these videos from home. So I apologize for maybe looking a little desolate in here, not in my office, but I hope this video helped with explaining some of the differences in Medicare supplement plans, as well as what Medicare supplement plans are and what the 3 things to look for with those Medicare supplements are. Talk to you guys in the next video.